What happened to Charlie Kirk is a grave tragedy. I'm not here to rehash the headlines. You've already seen the footage, the hot takes, the Twitter wars. What matters is this. An American political figure was assassinated in public. And history tells us that when bullets show up at rallies, it's never just about one person. I don't usually swim in the cesspool of domestic politics, but this time, I think it's worth asking. What happens to a country after a moment like this? Because history has a nasty habit of reminding us that political assassinations are less about who pulled the trigger and more about what comes after the smoke clears. Take Japan in 2022. Former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was shot during a campaign speech. Japan, a place where the deadliest thing you usually faced is raw fish left out too long. Gun violence there is nearly non-existent. So when Abe was killed, it was like watching a lightning bolt hit a monastery. The aftermath? The country realized their leaders weren't actually wrapped in bubble wrap. Security was questioned. Political ties to religious groups were dragged into the light. And that myth of untouchable safety? Gone. Sound familiar? Charlie Kirk was killed at a campus event, the kind of place where security usually means telling a freshman to stop vaping in the bathroom. Once that illusion cracks, the whole system feels more fragile. Suddenly people are asking, can politics still be face-to-face? Or are we about to start running presidential debates from behind bulletproof aquariums? Now Egypt, 1981. President Anwar Sadat, the man who made peace with Israel. He's waving proudly at a military parade when his own soldiers pull out rifles and turn them into Swiss cheese in front of the entire world. The aftermath? Egypt said, guess what? Free speech is canceled. Mubarak took over and sat on the country like a sandbag for the next 30 years. The lesson: assassinations are accelerants. They don't create new trends. They pour gasoline on the ones already burning. Egypt was wobbling between reform and repression. Sadat's death slammed it hard into repression. So what about us? Does Kirk's assassination push America towards more paranoia? More tribalism? More metal detectors at pancake breakfasts? Or does it actually jolt people into realizing we can't keep throwing matches into this gasoline-soaked tent? Fast forward to Pakistan 2007. Benazir Bhutto. Charismatic, controversial, and maybe the last fragile thread of hope for Pakistan's democracy. And then, gone. Shot. Bombed. Silenced in Rawalpindi. The aftermath wasn't unity, it was chaos. Riots. And conspiracy theories that still haven't died. Was it the Taliban? Her political rivals? The government itself? Ask 3 people in Pakistan today and you'll get 5 different answers. That's the danger now for America. Not just the bullet, the fog that follows. Because trust is already brittle here. And nothing corrodes trust faster than an assassination wrapped in unanswered questions. Mexico, 1994. Luis Donaldo Colosio, the rising star of the PRI party. He was shot at a rally in Tijuana, and suddenly the perfect dictatorship of the PRI didn't look so perfect anymore. The aftermath? Conspiracies about party complicity. Public trust crumbled, and Mexico's political system cracked wide open, slowly dragging itself toward a more competitive order. That's another lesson. Assassinations don't just take a life. They peel back the curtain. They expose what was already rotten underneath. So what does Kirk's death expose about America? Maybe that our politics is already one bad day away from something uglier. Or maybe that we've gotten so used to outrage that we didn't realize how fragile the floor beneath us really is. Across all of these examples, the patterns repeat. 1. Assassinations shatter illusions of safety. Japan thought politics was immune to bullets. Mexico thought its ruling party was invincible. We thought a campus event was just another Tuesday. 2. Assassinations accelerate what's already happening. Sadat's death didn't invent repression, it sped it up. Colosio's death didn't invent corruption, it exposed it faster. Kirk's death may not invent polarization, but it could supercharge it. 3. Assassinations breed conspiracy. Because once a bullet is fired, the official story is never enough. And in a country already allergic to trust, every unanswered question becomes a breeding ground for doubt. So where does that leave us? We know what happens after the gunfire. We've seen the playbook in other nations. The only question is, what direction does this tragedy push America? Do we normalize violence, like Colombia in its darkest decades? Do we wall off leaders behind barriers, turning politics into contactless delivery systems? Or do we decide that if history rhymes, maybe we should try changing the meter before it's too late? Because if history teaches anything, it's this. Assassins' bullets don't just kill people. They kill trust. They kill stability. And sometimes, they kill entire eras.